Hi, my name is Hagilandeshwari Palani. In this video, I will be explaining about one of the games that have racial elements which entitled Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Before I explaining further on my analysis of this game, let us have a look on the glimpse of this game.
Why did I move here? I guess it was the weather. Or I don't know, that thing, that magic. You see it in the movies. I wanted to retire from what I was doing, from that line of work. Be a good guy for once, a family man. So, I bought a big house, came here, put my feet up, and thought I'd be a dad like all the other dads. My kids would be like the kids on TV. We'd play ball and sit in the sun, but, well, you know how it is.
Firstly, I would like to explain about the overview of the game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is an adventure game developed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games. It is a stylish rendition of 1990s California, where this game mostly covered the area of Los Angeles. It is a single-player story followed by three protagonists, which includes retired bank robber Michael DeSanta, street gangster Franklin Clinton, and Trevor Phillips, who is a drug dealer and gun runner. They try to attempt to commit haste while under pressure from corrupt government agency and powerful criminals. Apart from that, these games also open world design, where it lets the players freely roam San Andreas open countrysides and fictional sites of Los Santos based on Los Angeles. Now I will explain about the relation between virtual and real world. I believe that video games can impact someone's thoughts and feelings. This is because when the gamer are playing the video games with violence, it can help them to increase their aggression related thoughts and feelings. This is because when a gamer playing the video games for hours, they will carry forward the same feelings and thoughts in their real life. So whenever they are trying to bring all the things that happen in the virtual world to the real world, it will impact their feelings and thoughts. And when the aggression thoughts and feelings are increasing, the pro-social behavior will decrease in their real life. So for me, I think that video games with violence impacted someone's real life very badly. Secondly, the games are very realistic. For example, the Grand Theft Auto game is very realistic, whereby it is more about the racism and corruption that happen in someone's country. So when the players tend to play this game for hours, they will start to be the character they are in the virtual world as in their real life. So I believe that in this game, the in-game police, they portray more about the racism, corruption. So when the players are more into the police character, they might carry forward their feelings and their thoughts more into racism and corruption as well. Lastly, the narration of the story is impacted the real life sensitive issues. This is because this story, the Grand Theft Auto story, mainly portray racist issues for the African American, how they treat the African American and so on. When the gamers are trying to be more into the virtual world, I'm just scared that they will have the same thought as the narration, as the story it be, because sometimes they don't know what they are doing, and sometimes they might don't know how they are think when they are play. So I believe that whatever the gamers are doing in the virtual world, obviously impacted their real life as well. Before furthering my presentation, I would like to introduce all of you to the main character of this game. He is Franklin Clinton, appears as one of the three protagonists in this game. He became a gangbanger at a very young age. Apart from that, he is also very capable of tackling challenging tasks that Michael and Trevor cannot do. Grand Theft Auto 5 is mentioned as one of the racist game due to one of the African American character, which is Franklin Clinton. Later, I will be explaining more about the racial elements that we can see in this game. Physical attribute is one of the way to show stereotypes manifested in the Grand Theft Auto game. First one, ethnicity. Racism could see clearly when white pedestrians react towards African American males as hyper-violent and criminals. Without investigating further, they just concluded that all the African Americans are hyper-violent and criminals. Even same in this game also. Everyone treated Franklin differently compared to others just because of skin color. Skin colors plays a vital role in this game because there are countless of videos showing that police officers attacking Franklin for no reason. Even they taunt him, saying that he being black, and they believe that every mistakes that have done by others also they just pretend that it's all done by African American, which is Franklin. The police officers also being so aggressive and also more responsive towards Franklin than the other protagonists in this game. We could conclude that the police officers, they didn't treat all in the same way, because all the mistakes or everything whatever I've done, they believe that Franklin is the one who started and who is doing everything. Just because he is black doesn't mean that he would be criminal, right? But in this game, I think that the narration of the story portrays the racism so obviously, whereby the police officers treats Franklin totally opposite the way they treat the other protagonists. So I believe that physical attributes playing a vital role in this game as a racist elements, where Franklin being one of the main character that treated negatively by the police officers. After analyzing this game, I do believe that Grand Theft Auto clearly portrays racist element through physical attributes. As I mentioned earlier, physical attributes as is physical appearances of the main character, who is Franklin Clinton, because he's black African American, people tend to judge him as a criminal. Even though he didn't do any mistakes or he didn't portray him as a criminal, people just tend to think that he is a criminal just because of his skin color. Other than that, even the police officers also treat him differently compared to the other protagonists just because of his skin color. Even sometimes the police officers mention that just because he being black in color, they judged him as a criminal for whatever he haven't done. So I believe that physical appearances shouldn't be one of the element to judge people or to treat them not equally compared to others. Secondly, I also believe that gamers should not carry forward the experience that they experience in virtual world to their real world. This is because when someone try to spend a lot of times in the virtual world, they try to like change their mindset as in virtual world even in the real world. So I think that people should not carry forward any baggage that they carry in the virtual world to their real world to just maintain their peace in this real life. Whenever they just carry forward all the negative thoughts and negative ideas from the virtual world to real world, they can't have a peaceful life here, because they just try to compare whatever happens in the virtual world in this real life as well. Other than that, people use their own experiences and knowledge to interpret the game. As I mentioned before, they just try to like convey all their experiences in the virtual world in their real world, which make them like, they tend to be like so bring so much of negativity to the real world, when the game portrays most of the negative elements or mainly about the racial elements. So I believe this Grand Theft Auto clearly portrays as one of the main racist elements in this game, and I just hope that This game has some barriers and try to avoid all the racial elements in this game to just to make sure the peacefulness in our place, so that people didn't tend to like hurt someone just because of their skin colors or just because of their physical appearances. That's all from me. As for the reference, I do refer to few articles which is related to this game, which is the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. By analyzing this game, I tried to compare with the findings of these articles and also with my own analysis to complete this assignment. Thank you so much.